Hello and welcome to today's Twitch livestream. This week's Twitch livestream, I should say. Trying to make this a regular weekly thing. I'm Robin, if you haven't seen me before, and welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we shall be playing Coalitions, the board game. I shall be representing the British Empire and her allies in the Napoleonic Wars, trying to defeat Napoleon and stop him from conquering Europe. Anyone who may have played the board game Diplomacy, which is a classic, kind of the hardcore classic version of the more family-friendly classic Risk, will probably recognize this game. It's only just been released, I think. In fact, it hasn't been released. My apologies. It went on Kickstarter last year and it was funded, and it's coming out, I assume, later this year or early next year, depending on how their production schedule goes. And it's going to be early 19th century Europe, a strategy game. This game, unlike the previous games I've played when doing these live streams, has no dice. So the random elements are minimized. This is a thinking man's game, but to be honest, not too heavy, I don't think. And that's one of the reasons I've chosen it, because this is by far, I think, the most complicated game I will have, board game, sorry, I will have played and streamed live for you guys to watch. But even though it's the most complicated game, it's a more simple strategy game, I think, than a lot of others. And it's, like I say, it appeals to me. I'm a fan of history. I love the 18th, 19th century military wars, I think. Well, I love war, obviously, but I'm fascinated by that kind of warfare. And I'm into geopolitics. So any bit of counterfactual war gaming that I can do, I will do. But yeah, how are you all? All of you who may or may not be watching, please let me know. How you doing? How you feeling? Chime in, say hello, tell me what you think, what you like. Tell me if you've played Risk, if you like it. Tell me if you've played Diplomacy, if you like it. I'd be impressed if many of you have played Diplomacy. It's a popular game. In fact, you can play it online with people, and it's one of those games where it's a strategy game, and the idea of it is to make alliances with other people so that you can conquer Europe, but make alliances with the aim of, betraying people at the end of the game so that you can be the winner. But what's cool is that there's an online version of it which you can sign up for, and you can set the round times to be, I think, 24 hours, a whole week, a whole month. You can play these long-term, slow burn games over time with your friends online if you like. It's actually a really good game for the pandemic, now that I think about it. Should have set up a few of those games. Anyway, so for those of you who are board game fans and are familiar with Risk and Diplomacy, Coalitions will be an interesting exploration of how can, if at all, a new version improve upon those games, those classics of the board game genre. So let's see. Let's introduce you to the board. Here we are. There we are. Lovely, lovely board. Quite pretty. The map of Europe, it looks a little complicated, admittedly, at first glance. Let's zoom in here. Let's get stuck in. Here we are, with our little figurines representing our armies. Actually, these are representing our generals. So red is Britain, white is Austria, black is Prussia, because Germany was not formed until 1870 or 1871. History getting a bit muddled there. We have green for Russia and yellow for the Ottoman Empire. And then, of course, we have, as the the little cute Napoleon hats would suggest, this is Napoleon and his Grande Armée, firmly established in France and looking to expand over the whole of Europe by spreading his armies. This track here is the victory track, basically. It's victory points. Now, this is a multiplayer game under normal circumstances, but this is the solo mode because it's just me. So it's going to be me, thus, as all of these people, Russia, Prussia, Austria, the Ottoman Empire, and Britain. It's going to be me versus France as Napoleon, and Napoleon and France are going to be controlled by the board, by this deck of cards here, with little Napoleon's, impressive schnozzer on there. And this track along here, which hopefully you can see, goes all the way around the board. It keeps going, goes all the way up to 40. If Napoleon can get 40 victory points, he wins. If I can conquer Paris, right here, before he gets to 40, I win. So my goal is to conquer Paris, which, to be honest, doesn't look very easy right now. There's a pretty strong defensive network there of Napoleon's armies between me and Paris. These British generals and their soldiers over here are kind of stuck until they can take a ship to the continent. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. So the turn order is kind of fairly simple, really. And this is an interesting mechanic that I don't think I've seen before, where although this game is player controlled, player driven, our decisions determine what happens in the game, the actions we can take are determined by this rondel here. So you see this grid. Let me see if I can put it into a... Oh, whoops. So there you go. Nice bird's eye view of the whole thing. And let's go here. So this this thing here, these are the 6 actions that I can take with my armies at any one point. This is movement, hence the icon of the feet. This is battle cards. They are things that will, when I get into battle, which will happen, I can play battle cards to compare the strength of our armies, and then the person with the highest strength wins. That'll be more obvious once we actually have a battle, but that's what that does. That allows me to draw new battle cards. This is taxation. This is all the countries that I control. I can tax them to get some money. Money is useful for paying to get army units on the board. So I will need money. This is similarly a kind of multi-option one here, where Britain can give money to her allies, or you can put a general on the board, invade basically any country in the world, or you can boost your morale, and I'll refer to the morale track in a moment, or you can draw a battle card, which will help you in battle, or Napoleon does his thing if you get here. This is, I'm going to say, that allows you to recruit units. I think that's what that is. And that allows you to score victory points, but we'll come to that again once we get there. Next to it is the morale track. You saw the little love heart on one of the action options there. And morale can be spent in battle to improve your strength in battle. But obviously, not all the countries have the same morale, and Napoleon starts with the most morale. So these are kind of action points, but I think you only spend them in battle. So if you can gain more morale, it's always useful, because you will spend it in battle, otherwise you will lose battle. And Napoleon gets his victory points by winning battles. Now, going back to the action rondel. So these are the 6 actions you can do, but the actions that your countries are able to do are determined by this thing, this rondel here, which each of these segments represents a nation, obviously, the corresponding color. You've got France, Britain is red, the Ottoman Empire is yellow, Russia is green, Prussia is black, and Austria is white. And every single turn, this rotates like this. So that means in the next turn, Prussia, who is black, will have to do this action. The way they use that action is up to them, but they have to do that action. And then once they've done that action, the thing, or rather everyone takes their action, it rotates again, and then the next turn, Prussia will have to move. They'll have no choice. They have to move. And this is a very interesting way of doing things. I don't think I've seen that before. Not in terms of being so restrictive in the actions that players can take. It may exist. Please chime in the chat if you've played a game where players' actions are more restricted. Please do let me know. You can see here we've got all different different nations here. We've got Prussia, Russia, the Ottomans, Austria, France and Britain. I'm controlling everyone except France, so I'm not quite sure why France is there. It would be more useful for France to be there. Never mind. That's Tabletopia for you. And some countries start off with money. Prussia's got quite a lot. All of them have these army units, which they can bring onto the board by spending money, because you're recruiting your armies, basically. And I think, pretty much, that's all you need to know to start the game. We could just start the game. Before we do, though, I will just double check what all those actions mean. So let's bring up the rulebook. Fascinating start, I know. This is what I mean. The most complicated game so far. This is a 22-page rulebook. So, you know, we'll see if my rule about rulebook lengths stays true. If this game adheres to that rule about 20 plus pages is a good sign or not. Now there's an explanation of where the actions are when I... There we go, yeah. Yeah, so that's one. Gain influence, that is move. Number one is, oh yeah, swap your battle card. Number two is taxation. Number three is putting generals on the board, and generals bring armies with them. And France can move Napoleon. But this works slightly differently in solo mode. And then number five is recruiting units, yeah. Okay. So let's do the first turn. Let's see what we have to do. We'll start with Britain, I guess. I actually don't know who the starting player is. But let's start with me. Let's start with me and do France next. So Britain has to exchange battle cards. Oh, Britain doesn't have any battle cards right now, so I'll just draw one. There's a battle card for Britain. Let's see what they got. Two, a Styrian Landwehr, 1809. Okay, that sounds like a Styria. Is that in Germany or Austria? Let me know if you can remember. Oh, hello, Ma'am Nicodemus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Says, hi, Robin, how's it going? Is this a PC game? Kind of. This is a board game on the website or downloadable app on Steam, I think. Tabletopia. So it's digital versions of board games, but not in a... Often digital versions of board games have, like... What's the word I'm looking for? Kind of the controls, the actions for the game. They have animations. You know, if you say, I'm going to do this, and then everything will move for you. This is like a digital version of a physical board game, so I have to do all the moving of the pieces. Recommended it. It's free. You can sign up for free. I think it's available on Steam, so you can download it to your desktop, or you can do what I'm doing, which is play it in a web browser. You can play it with other people as well. I'm playing solo, but you can have up to as many players as the game permits. This one will have up to 6 players. Now, you just reminded me. Thank you, Nicodemus. Hope you're doing well, by the way. Thanks for joining me. Let me know how you're doing. I may have forgotten to dole out battle cards to players. Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, we go. Yeah. Yeah. So I should have doled out more battle cards at the beginning of the game. So as many battle cards as they have generals on the map. So Britain has 3, so needs another... Oh! Oh well, never mind. Needs another 2 battle cards. Great. So my first action was to draw and swap a battle card, and I'm going to say it's optional, because I drew a 2 and I had much better battle cards than that to begin with, so we're just going to discard that. Sorry. Setting up the game before your very eyes. What a thrilling thing to watch. France has 5 battle cards. Bloody hell. So France gets 5. Ooh, put them on the board around France. Ugh. This is the problem. with having a digital version of a physical board game. It obeys physics, or it obeys its version of physics. We shall say that. So France has all those battle cards. Austria starts with 3, and Prussia with 3, and the Ottoman Empire with 2. 3 for Prussia. Oh, 3 for Austria. See what I mean? Like the physics of this. You can see how this card has fallen on top of these tokens and is therefore askew. So it's the physics engine is fun, but it's kind of sometimes it's a bit annoying, and you wish they'd just snap to places. I'm gonna put these 3 like this so that I don't get them mixed up too much. And then we have 2 for the Ottomans and 3 for Russia. So the Ottomans are militarily the weakest, and they're also the poorest because they have no money whatsoever. I mean, Austria has no money, but it has more military. So yeah. And then we have another 3 for Russia. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so first action for Britain was taken. I had to draw a battle card and discard one, and I discarded the one I drew. So now we go to Turkey, sorry, the Ottoman Empire, get my terms right, and we are taxing the nations that we control. So right now, every nation has a number, most countries, sorry, have a number written above them, and that's how much income they generate through taxation. So Turkey currently has, oh, sorry, the Ottoman Empire. Sorry, the headquarters is Greece, so they're not Turkey. I think it looks like they get 3 from Constantinople, 1 from the Danubian provinces, and 1 from Serbia. Looks like this one. Oh, also gives them 1. So Anatolia gives them 1 as well. The Syria, Mesopotamia, and Armenia give them nothing. Okay. These little discs, by the way, represent units, soldiers of units, and they will die in battle. But they can also be left to garrison a nation to, maintain your control over it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the income for the Ottoman Empire. That's pretty good, actually. Wow. Maybe that's why they start with no money, because the first action they get is taxation, and they get 6. So they're actually not as poor as I thought they were. Let's try to organize that a little bit more neatly. These stacks of coins are going to get tricky, aren't they? You can already see it becoming a bit of a mess at the end of this. Halfway through this game, it's going to be a mess. Right, so the Ottomans have taxed, got some money. Russia can either put a general that they haven't got on the board, increase their morale score by 1, or draw a battle card. They have all their generals. Oh no, they've got 1 general over here off the board. Is it worth invading with the general? Their next move is to recruit, for which they need to spend money. They've got 6 coins. Yeah, I could put a general on the board. And I believe when I do that, I can just put them anywhere on the board, right? Or does it have to be my starting territories? Let's have a quick look at the rules. Yeah, number 3. Leadership. Any or all of your off-map generals on the board. So let's find the big one. Let's find the main one. Problem is this version of the game is kind of like a play-testing version of the game. Like the Kickstarter of the game will have a nicer looking rule book. So this is a bit Come place into the controlled territories of the nation at the player's choice. Controlled territories, so it's my own starting place. Otherwise, you receive a battle card or a morale point. generals can have troops. But do I want to place any generals here? Yeah, let's put a general in Bessarabia. Never heard of that, don't know where that is. And that means I'm in a position to advance over here. Although this is Austrian territory. Oh well. I feel like it's probably a good idea against Napoleon to just have troops on the board, you know. Prussia has to recruit units, so it has currently 3 generals on the board, but they don't have any soldiers with them. Each general can have 3 units. That's basically 3 discs of soldiers with them. And those are really useful in battle. So I can recruit as many as I can afford, which is 6 coins worth. Might be worth keeping some money to hand. So if I spend 3, yeah, at least 3, and give 1 unit to each of these generals, maybe I'll spend 5. Yeah, I'll spend 5 because I don't. This fella at the back isn't going to meet the French anytime soon, so it doesn't make much sense to give him lots of soldiers. He doesn't need a big army. So I'll give him 1, and I don't have to worry about my use of pronouns here because they're generals in the 1800s. They're absolutely going to be men. And I'll give 2 to this fella in Berlin. Yeah, Berlin. He needs a lot of soldiers because, it's Berlin. There we go. Rob Potato says, hi, everyone. Hi, Rob Potatoes. How you doing? Are you a strategy gamer? Are you into strategy games? This is a strategy game. It's like... My first impression is like a complicated version of the board game Diplomacy and a less complicated version of Risk. Rob Potato says, please leave Ireland alone. Well, you're in luck, because here's the map of Europe, and if we go to the top corner, here is England, and there's the tip of Wales and Cornwall. No Ireland to be seen. Ireland is safe in this scenario. Ireland has been staying out of the Napoleonic Wars. Although I think at the time they were almost certainly under the yoke of Britain. In fact, 1801, wasn't it, was the Act of Union between Great Britain and Ireland. So yes, this is set in 1805, I think. So Ireland is with Great Britain. Probably we can pretend some of the British troops are Irish. I don't know how many British troops were Irish. Not really familiar with that part of history. We all know, of course, the famous Highland regiments, which even made their way into the Canadian Army, and I think perhaps even some other Commonwealth armies I don't know about, South Africa and Australia. But there were Highland regiments in Canada for sure, and lots of Highland regiments in this period, like the Black Watch, and they were famed for being some of the best and hardiest fighters in the world. But of course, they're from Scotland, not Ireland. Well, not necessarily Ireland, I should say. So I just spent 5 of Prussia's wealth to recruit a bunch of troops. Now, the actions are determined by this thing over here, this little track over here. Prussia, who's black, is currently on the recruitment stage. Austria is on the influence stage. Now, in the solo mode, the victory conditions are very simple. I have to capture Paris. The influence track, which is the victory points track, this thing wending its way around the board here, only Napoleon is on that track. So when one of my countries uses that action, what purpose how is it useful to me in the solo mode to do that? Let me just see if that change. Let me just check the rulebook and see if that is different. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, right. They get income instead. Right. So Austria gets some income. It's like taxation. So I get to tax twice as much in the solo mode. Woo! So, but it's determined by the points they would get. So normally when you do that action to get influence or victory points, you look on the board to see how many territories you control with one of these icons in. And currently I have, I think, just this one. Oh, no, this one over here gives me 2 as well. France has that one. That is, nah. So I would get 4 normally for controlling these. Yes. Although would I also get this? So all these stripes mean that they are... I'm going to ignore that. I don't understand what that means. Right, okay. So I get 4 coins as Austria. So already we've encountered a rule that I may be misunderstanding. All these special stripes. The different stripes correspond to the colors of the nations. Right? You know, so blue for France, red for Britain. I don't understand what all the different... Like this one's got white for Austria, green for Russia, black for Prussia, and blue for France in it. I don't know what that means. Honestly, don't know what that means. So I might just ignore that for now. Sorry, I said 4. 4 coins for Austria. Woo! Austria's got some money. That works out well because Austria had no money to begin with. But now it has 4. Okay, so now it's Napoleon's turn. Boo crap. So when it's Napoleon's turn, he draws a card from this deck. Let's find out what happens. Russian campaign, 1812. Oh, we've skipped forward in time. So Napoleon has decided to invade Russia. So basically, I move generals from that are on the board, French generals, I should say, to these locations here. Oh, I think some of those nations, some of those territories have some of my units in. So that means we're going to have battles. Woo! So Napoleon moves someone to Warsaw. Ugh, that is a tricky thing, trying to... I'm moving it without actually knowing where Warsaw is. That's Warsaw. There we go. Oh, when I move, by the way, when any unit moves, if they have one of these discs, they can leave one behind and flip it to leave a garrison. So I think I may do that with Napoleon now. Feels like the kind of thing he'd do. And I'm just dropping these damn tokens everywhere. What a mess. Anyway, we're about to have a battle, kids. Folks, I mean. Come on, come on. You know you want to... There we go. You know you want to go underneath. When it goes orange, we can do that. Okay. So there's a garrison here, a Prussian garrison, which is a unit you can leave behind to claim a territory. Which means we have a battle. We have a battle. Now let me just double check the rules, see if I was allowed to leave a... Let's check that I'm following this. So you draw the card. It lists 3 locations that Napoleon's going to invade. As Napoleon dial reaches, draw a card. On this card, you've got a list of territories. Doesn't say about... okay, so the garrisons are... I don't think I can voluntarily leave garrisons, which does make conquering Paris slightly easier. But I forgot that actually the first things to invade are the generals from off the board. So that fella from Lorraine would have moved, because I need to move 3 generals. What other territories am I invading? Livonia and East Prussia. Looks like it's going for... well, it's the Russian campaign. So I guess I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, Napoleon had to invade through Germany, I guess, to attack Russia. Makes sense. Well, what is modern Germany? At the time, the Prussian states. Okay, where is Livonia? Let's find out. Is that Livonia? No. Is this Livonia? Eh. No, that's Saxony. Is this Livonia? No, that's Berlin. Hey guys, where's Livonia? There's Livonia. That's Russian territory. Okay. So there's a garrison there and a Russian general, so there's definitely going to be a fight there. So what happens is a French general invades with 3 units. Let's get them all to join a stack. Thank you for your patience whilst I move everything around. It's the only downside of this Tabletopia. It's if in a real board game, you could definitely move around more easily, I think. Just grab it with your hands and put it there, rather than having to drag it piece by piece. So that's Livonia invaded. And... oh yeah, the other place he invaded was East Prussia. East Prussia, which... no, that's a separate territory. Is it this one? No. Gosh darn it. So that's a garrison. East Prussia, folks. Where's East Prussia? Is it this one? Yeah, Eastern Prussia. There we go. So another fight. We've got 3 battles. 3 big epic battles. Once I have figured out how to move everything. I mean, I figured out how to do it. Doing it efficiently, not so good. Wow. So invasions can actually happen. It's not... I was thinking it has to be like... in my head, when I looked at the boards, like, oh, people move, you know, segment by segment, step by step through these territories, which they do when you use the move action. But no, Napoleon's just like lightning strikes. Blitzkrieg. Hitler would be proud. Is it bad that I mentioned Hitler already? Maybe I shouldn't use Hitler references quite so early in this game. Okay, so let's do them in the order it happened. Warsaw. So we've got Napoleon. General counts as strength 1. He's got 3 military units, say count as 1 each. So that's strength 4 for Napoleon. A garrison left by the Prussians has strength 1. So currently it is 4-1 to Napoleon. And just in case I forget, right at the bottom of the board here, there's a handy strength track for the battles. Oh, good evening, Battle Pants. How are you? Currently, Napoleon is invading Russia via Prussia and is battling over Warsaw and definitely winning. Now, here's an opportunity for the Allies to come to the rescue of Warsaw. Any general in an adjacent territory can lend aid to Warsaw if they want, and if they're not already engaged in a battle. So sadly, Eastern Prussia cannot help, nor can Livonia, because they're also battling Napoleon. So now I have to make a decision with the army in Minsk. Does the general in Minsk want to help Livonia or Warsaw? Now, each general in a battle can contribute a battle card as well as their own strength, which counts to 1. So currently it's 4-1 to Napoleon. Napoleon will get a battle card. This general could contribute his own strength to make that 4-2, and then a battle card. So that could work out. I could go all in with this general here, who would contribute in Berlin, would contribute another battle card, and if they want to, of course, and another strength. I think it's 1 unit and the general, so that's 2. So between the 2 of them, Warsaw could be saved. Eastern Prussia and Livonia would then be left to the mercy of Napoleon. But Napoleon wins by getting 40 victory points, and that Livonia is worth a victory point and Warsaw is worth a victory point. So I might let Eastern Prussia die and use Berlin to defend Warsaw and use Minsk to support Livonia. Let's see if this works. So let me just double check. He only adds 1 of his units when you support in battle. Oh, only the general actually gives support. Oh, and there are company units. Oh, actually, yeah, so that's better. So it's going to be +3 for this. So that becomes 4 all. Okay, yeah. That's better. And then they can each draw. Each general can contribute 1 battle card to the fight. I guess I draw a random battle card for France, and I choose 1 for Prussia. So Prussia has 3 battle cards. Strength 2, Strength 4, Strength 2. Well, I mean, it's tempting to commit the Strength 4 to guarantee the win, right? Or to attempt to guarantee the win. The 5th Jägersky Polk, 1807. Nice green uniform. I quite like this artwork. It's kind of cartoony but detailed at the same time. Feels authentic, but also friendly. And it's interesting rather than, the boring, bland, overly historically accurate representation. So, yeah, I'm going to commit this one. So I have to discard that, but I add 4 to my strength. 1, 2, 3, 4. Battle Pants says, nice artwork. Thank you. I agree. I would say all of them have nice artwork. The military units tokens. The map is a little, I don't know. I like the background, with this longitude latitude grid, and this drawing of a ship is lovely, and that cannon is nice. The compass is gorgeous here. The map itself, although obviously it's kind of impressionistic with these very smooth curved lines, it's not overly detailed coastline, it's still kind of ugly. I don't know. It's kind of not cartoony enough and not detailed enough, the map, for me. Like, I think I prefer the map on a Risk board, which is more like, looks more like a pretend, you can pretend, oh, I'm an 19th century general looking at a map of Europe, whereas this, obviously, you can't. But it's not ugly, just kind of not that attractive. I don't know, it seems a bit messy to me, I guess that's it, just a bit messy. Anyway, so on to the battle for Warsaw. Let's draw a random card from Napoleon. Oh, sod it. 37th Line Fusilier, French troop from 1805, strength 4. So that puts Napoleon's strength on 4. Now the rules say the AI that governs Napoleon is if Napoleon doesn't win his first, when you first reveal battle cards, then Napoleon can draw another battle card. And, well, he's won automatically, right? Because I can't commit any more battle cards to this fight. So, yeah, he's on automatically. But I guess I get to discard that battle card. Let's find out how much strength he commits. 5! Oh my gosh, they go up to 5? Bloody hell. So Napoleon has won. Napoleon has won that battle with strength 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, strength 13 to strength 8. Oh, no. So I believe that means 1 unit from this has been destroyed. They've lost some troops there. That's all right, because they've got plenty more they can recruit. I'm pretty sure this garrison gets destroyed. Let's just double check what the rules are when you lose a battle. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Battles. When you lose battles. Battle outcome. Oh yeah, 1 morale point per battle card played is deducted from the nation's total on the morale track. I forgot about that. So that's what morale is for. You spend it to commit battle cards to battle. Battle cards are discarded. Oh, the generals take a new battle card each. Okay. The victorious ones stay there. They lose a unit token. Okay. And they go up a step, or 2 steps actually, for defeating the Prussians. Losing generals lose all the unit tokens in the territory. Any generals giving support lose 1 token. Losing generals are retreat to the capital territory, which in this case would be Warsaw, I think. Or I guess maybe Saxony? Have to be Saxony. Right, well, that's that garrison destroyed. Actually, that's not a bad price to pay, I guess. I mean, yeah, you've lost piece of 8. I've just gone and picked up all 3. That was really dumb. You've lost Warsaw, which isn't good. But you've weakened that army, and actually no, I was just trying to put a positive spin on it, but there is no positive spin. That's just a disaster. Oh, that's just bad, man. That's just bad. So Napoleon gets 2 victory points for defeating that army. 38 points to go. This general can't participate in any more battles, so let's move on to Livonia, where we have a general, and oh no, sorry, before I forget, each general participating in the battle gets to draw another battle card. So Prussia's got 1 again, and France has got 1, and they pay for each of the battle cards they used. Napoleon used 2, haha, and Prussia used 1. Okay. So, Russia's only got 3 morale points, which is enough to commit a battle card each to this fight, but then they're down to 1 morale point, which is not great. I don't think this is going very well so far. Napoleon has struck very hard, very fast. Okay. Well, this fight is strength 4 for Napoleon, strength 3 for the Russians, and they can commit 2 battle cards, which I think they will, to try to defeat Napoleon here. And Napoleon can commit a battle card. So 1 random battle card from Napoleon is 3 Styrian Landwehr again. So that puts Napoleon on 7. Oh, let's reset these. Forgot about that. Oh, gosh, no. Let's put that over there. Get the Prussian out. The Russians have 3, and then they can commit 2 battle cards. Let's just, yeah, commit these 2. Oh, actually, no, I can choose, can't I? Idiot. Napoleon is random. I can choose. Holy crap, I've got a 5. He's got 3 battle cards left. If I commit a 5 and a 3, I'll be +8, which will put me on 11. He's got a 5 and a 4, so he wins. Of course he does. Bloody French. Napoleon's so strong, man. But I'm eating up his resources, actually, so this is good. This is good stuff. So Napoleon won again, but he spent 3 cards to do it, so he's down to morale 6. I spent 2 cards, so I'm down to morale 1. I lost, so my general retreats to my capital territory. Oh, which is Moscow. There's a little capital thing there. Okay, that's good to know. I lose that garrison, unsurprisingly. And we give another 2 points to Napoleon for winning that battle. He's getting victory points faster than I would like. I feel like he might get to the the final 40 before I even start making a dent. And we've got another battle to go, and I've already left the 4 Prussians in Eastern Prussia to die. So we've got strength 4 Napoleon. Sorry about that really loud noise outside. I hope that's not a bother for you. There's some really obnoxious neighbours around with their bloody loud cars. Anyway. Wow. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can. Just checking the sound was all right. So it's currently 4 versus 2. 4 versus 2. Napoleon gets a battle card back. Russia gets 2 battle cards back. Prussia is down to... Prussia's still got 3 battle cards to commit, okay, to this fight. But they're all strength 2, so it doesn't actually matter. What's this one? 25th Rifles, 1815. Oh, any fans of the Sharp books or the Sean Bean series might recognize that uniform. They look like sharpshooters to me. I'll commit some... actually, no, let's commit some Russians to this fight they're going to lose. So that puts the Prussians on 4. Oh, strength tracks here. Prussians are on 4. Napoleon is also on 4 right now. So let's pick this one. Drew a damn 4. Of course he did. So just completely trashes them. Completely trashes them. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. So he retreats to the capital territory, which I'm going to say is Berlin. Yeah. General retreats to Berlin. Unit is dead. Destroyed, wiped out. What am I doing? I forgot, though, that one of these tokens is destroyed as well. The winners always lose some troops, which is good. So we are weakening Napoleon, and that's the important thing. And actually, after that incredibly strong start, Napoleon may be weakened considerably. Um, but we get another card back for the Prussians and a card back for Napoleon. Right. Okay. Next turn. Wow, that turn one was kind of longer than I thought. So let's start with the British. The British get money from taxation. They also get money from trade. Now, because they command the seas. What I don't know is how the trade thing works. Taxation. Okay, well let's just see what. God, I don't know what that is. That's a rule that's not explained in the rule book. So good start. Good start. Good start. Maybe there's something written on the places where they've got port. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They get taxation. So Plymouth gives no money. London gives 6. Whoa, London, the financial capital of the world, eh? Nice. 6 coins for Britain from London. It's pretty good. Just gonna leave this pile. Britain also starts with no money, but that's because they've got London. Right. So they also control Lisbon, which gives them no money. Useful. They also control Naples, which gives them no money, which is useful. Well, that wasn't as effective as I hoped it would be. There is this rule about trade. What's this? Oh, their basic income is 7, apparently. Plus up to 11 with trade. That's a useful little guide there for income. France's basic income is 13. Wait, where's the... Oh, I saw a 6 there. So where's their... Oh, they control Oporto. Sorry, it's red. So yeah, they get a 7th one from that. I forgot to just add up all the territories they control. And they can get up to 11 from trade. I don't know how that trade works. The rulebook does not explain it. Bad job, rulebook writers. I'll say it now. It is... It's got evidence that it's been translated from another language into English, so... Oh, I just found the rule about all these striped territories on the board. Those are disputed nations. That makes sense. So all the nations with a color stripe in that territory can score it for victory points, which means France could actually score quite a lot. Whoa, okay, yeah. So when it comes around, when the action tracker, when France, the blue one, gets round to here, this bottom left corner, Napoleon can, unless I control these disputed territories by having a garrison on them, Napoleon can get a lot of victory points. Well, that's determined my strategy, hasn't it? Very nicely. I'm just trying to see if this trade thing is explained. Okay. Well, it's not explained, so I'll just ignore it. And what I will ignore is Britain's ability to give money to friends, because otherwise Britain's income is massively reduced. So yeah, I may be breaking the game by doing this, but if they're not going to translate the relevant rule, then I can't, can't do it. Okay. My only thinking is that trade could be wherever. Britain is the only country with completely free access to all these ports. So I wonder if trade is wherever there's a port with a nation that gives income. Let's have a look. Sweden has got, that's 2. Low Countries gives you 1, so that's 3. No, that doesn't. Nope, that doesn't make sense. Oh well, I'll just ignore it. Sorry about that. So that was Britain resolved. They're taxing. The Ottoman Empire can invade with a general, or buy some morale, which they might benefit from actually, or draw a battle card. I've only got 3 coins. I could do with more money, so maybe I should get into more territories. Now you can move up to 3 spaces when you move. So I've got 1 general to invade with, so I think I should invade here and try to get Dalmatia from from the French with my Serbian troops. Okay, that's what I'll do. Russia can recruit, and I think needs to, because we've got Napoleon in our land. I've got 6 coins. I could give 2 troops. I think he's going to need 2 to then he's equally strong. And then this fella's going to need 2, I think, as well, because he's the fella in Moscow. I think needs to take on these French troops in Livonia. Right. So that's, I've spent 4 on that. Do I want to spend all my money? It's probably wise. How about we give 1 each to these guys? Because I think I might want to leave some garrisons behind. Not yet, but soon. So that's all my money spent. Just dump it up there. Okay, now Prussia is getting income. Woo! It's just lost a bunch of territory though, so it's not great. But it gets income from Saxony. And that's it. That's Austrian troops, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Well, it gets 2 coins for having Saxony, and that's something. And the Austrians are moving. Ah, right. So now, when I move, I can leave a unit. Any general can leave a unit behind and garrison it. There's already a garrison here. So this general, I think, will move. Oh, I could go straight for Lorraine, but then I'm unsupported. Maybe these guys should attack this Piedmont. I think that's not a bad idea. Attacking Piedmont. Yeah. Let's do that. So how many has he got? He's got 1. He's got 3. The guy with 3 is definitely... moving into Piedmont. This fella... Actually, can I move... worth checking. How many generals can I move in a go? Just 1, or can I move any number of my generals? Each general can move a territory across a common border. Nice. Oh, and I think when I move, I get morale. Just for, the morale boost of marching through foreign lands and invading. Um, oh no, I add morale to Napoleon when they move. Oh, great. So Napoleon's got one morale for me moving. Yeah, that's not so good. Now I'm wondering if I want to move anymore because Napoleon will just get morale points, which allows him to beat me in battle. That's really irritating. Okay, how about but when Napoleon executes a solo card, which I did, you give a point to the lowest morale. So the Ottoman Empire is actually on 3 morale now, which is good. Anyway, that's from last turn. I forgot it. A rule I forgot. What the heck? Let's go for it. Let's invade something. Maybe I don't want to do that. These are very powerful French armies. I don't like them. I'd be caught in a pincer movement between these two. No, I think I need to build up strength before I invade France. But I think I will move him out of there and into Palat. Well, I don't know where that is. Maybe towards Westphalia? Maybe. That could be good. Yep. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we've got some fighting going on here. The Austrians versus Napoleon. Now, Napoleon has a garrison and a unit and a general, so he's got 3 starting strength, which is annoying. The Austrian has 4 starting strength, which is better, and I'm going to support him with this fella behind who has 2. So we're already 6-3 against Napoleon. This is a good start. Napoleon, I think, has to get support. It makes sense that he would automatically support, right? Why wouldn't he? So that gives him another 2. And then he can draw 2 cards against my 2 as well. Maybe this was a bad move. This may have been a bad move. We'll find out. Everything will end well. Well, I'm going to commit battle cards. What can I have? I've got a 4, I've got a 3, and and 4. 2 4s. Oh, so I can add up to 8. And he can add. I'm going to win. I'm going to win. He's only got 2s. But I add 4. I'm going to add my 4. So the way this would work is, because it's automatically done, controlled by the game, I add a battle card, which will be 4, so I go up to 9. Napoleon adds a battle card, and it's 2, which means he can't beat me. So then he automatically adds another battle card from the other general, which means he ties. Damn it. Oh no, I should be higher than that, because I was on 6. I'm on 10. Yeah. So I'm on 10 and he's on 9, and he has no more battle cards available to him, so he can't beat me. So I don't need to add a second battle card. Well done, Austria. You only spent 1 morale point on that battle. Napoleon spent 2. And you have defeated the army. The garrison is destroyed. The general retreats to Paris. In fact, all the units are destroyed from the loser. Nice. Nice. And I can automatically have a garrison there upon arrival, which just cements my control. Well done, Austria. You invaded and took Piedmont. And he loses a unit for supporting. Excellent. Oh, no, the unit, not the general. This is going well. Unfortunately, he also loses a unit. I forgot about that. War is brutal. People die. I also lose a unit from here. So weakened, but the Austrians have thrown the French out of northern Italy. Haha. And I get another card for Austria and 2 more cards for France. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. And now France doesn't do anything this turn, I don't think. Oh, no, it does. Yes, it does. We draw a card from this big nose Napoleon deck. Let's find out what it does. Draw it into my hand. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, let's flip it and look at it. Spanish campaign, 1809. Okay, we've traveled back a bit from the Russian campaign, but never mind. Madrid, Oporto, and Catalonia. Oh, he's going to invade British territory. Awful. Madrid, Oporto, and Catalonia. So there are no generals off the board to invade, so it has to be generals on the board, and it's done by the nearest one. I think the one in Paris and the one here are closest, so he moves to Madrid with an automatic, 3, sadly, units, which makes him so powerful. So powerful. And yeah, automatic garrison, I think. Just double check that, but it might be. I'm pretty sure it's an automatic garrison, but we'll check that. And then this guy is the next nearest, so he invades Oporto with 3 units again. Yikes. That's a lot of French in Spain all of a sudden. But France is looking exposed. And then it's the next nearest. So, are these equidistant from Catalonia? Yeah, they are. Now this is... Yeah, so this army from Normandy invades Catalonia. Let me just double check if the garrisons are automatic. Because obviously garrisons are a problem because they stay there and he controls the territory. Yeah, our armies always support each other if able. Glad I did that right. Places a garrison if able. Yeah. So we have... Oh no, all he's controlling Spain. That's all good. The board isn't quite big enough to place all these things, so we just have to go on kind of memory to a certain extent. Piece of 8. Catalonia. Sorry, I'm trying to do this thing. There's this thing where you can stack... Oh my gosh, you can stack tokens in this game. Sorry, on tabletop here, but it's just such awkward mechanics to do it. There we go. There we go. That was easy. No battles. Easy invasion there. Oh dear. Not good. So, next turn. And... Ooh. Oh, I just realized I can choose... Wait a minute. Was I able to choose last time? I could choose either one. Oh no, these little arrows mean that I get a choice. That's cool. That gives you more control over what you do. Oh, that went wrong. Okay, so we're currently here. Britain can either get more money or invade and get a battle card and boost morale. Hmm. I have to admit, it's tempting to do all three of those at this point. I don't have any generals to invade off the board, so it's a taxation might be useful, or morale might be useful. Um. Ooh, okay. What to do, folks? What to do? I genuinely don't know. I'm not sure what the best thing to do here is for Britain. Whether to get some more money through taxation or to get another battle card, maybe. I mean, battle cards for 3, 4, and 5. They're pretty good battle cards, I think. So yeah, I won't get battle card. The morale, I've got 5 morale points. I think I'll keep that. So yeah, I'll get some money. More money might be useful so I can recruit as much as possible. In which case I tax the lands I've got, which is I've lost now one of them, so I only get 6 from London. Only 6. But still, I think it's good to get as much money as I can, whilst I can. Okay, so then it is the Ottoman Empire. They can either do the same as Britain or recruit. Ooh, they've got 4 coins. They can recruit up to 4 units, which may be useful actually, because I think the Siberian fella needs to get some troops to go into Dalmatia. So let's recruit 2 units for this general here. And then another 2. Yeah, he's got 2. He's not really in a useful position. He needs to move. He's got to, and I don't think he's in a port. But he can move to a port quite easily. So let's give him 1. For Pete's sake, this thing is so awkward. Playing games like this with lots of tokens on tabletop is tricky. It's very tricky. Might as well give him 3 because I think he's going to be seeing a lot of action. So let's give him 3. And that's spent all my money. Nice. And then the Prussians can either get more money or move troops. I think it might be worth moving troops and getting in some fights, maybe. Let's see, can we oust Napoleon from Warsaw? He's got strength 3, and he'll be supported by strength 3. Unless I do a sacrificial and just throw this general against that general to stop him supporting. But then this fellow will automatically support as well. That's annoying. But if I do this first, then he'll automatically support him. Again, sacrificial sacrificial fight. Strength 6 automatically against strength 1. I think we'll do that. That fight will happen first. And then let's move him from here to here. And maybe keep this garrison here. Because it's disputed. Oh, it's not disputed with the French, though, so it doesn't matter. That way, we've... Right, we're fighting again. General, all on his own. He doesn't even have an army. He's just a general, all on his own, fighting Napoleon, who has strength 3, supported by this fella, strength 6 to begin with, versus strength 1. It's a suicide mission. A strategic sacrifice. My word. And he has 2 cards. which he can play versus... Ew, yes. Oh my gosh, he has a strength 5. Well, he's going to play that. He's going to play his strength 5. And equal them. Actually, is it worth it? No, because they're guaranteed to beat him. So there's no point playing it. I'm going to pass. I'm not going to pay a card because it's throwing away a card. And a morale point. Whereas I can force him to play... Ah, shoot. He played a card. Actually, no. Just realised he doesn't have to commit a card if he's automatically won. All I've done is distract him from supporting Warsaw. Oh, gosh. I like this, though, because this is actually how wars are fought with strategic battles. You know, you go in knowing you're going to lose something just to distract the enemy's army. Oh, hello, hello, Spiffing. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I'm just fighting a battle. The Prussians are fighting Napoleon's armies in Western Russia, Eastern Prussia. Right now, Eastern Prussia. And they've just been very roundly defeated. Very roundly defeated. But they have, by taking part, lost some men. It was a deliberate delaying action and a distracting action to force the French away from Warsaw. And I feel weirdly proud that I came up with that move. Well done, game, for allowing me to do that. That's pretty cool, I think. That's pretty cool. So now we have this fight going on in Warsaw. We've got strength 3 for Napoleon. We've got strength 2 for the Prussian army there. We've got... I can support him with this army in Berlin, which is strength 2, and this army in Russia, which is strength 3. So that's another 5. Nice. Takes me up to 7. I'm just going to shuffle these because I know what they are, and I think it should be random. So, how are you doing, Spiffing? How's it going? Are you familiar with this game, Coalitions? Or are you familiar with Diplomacy or Risk? This is like the latest version of either of those games, like War in Europe in the 19th century. I'm not doing very well against Napoleon so far, but maybe I'll make some progress soon. He's kind of hammering me. His military is ridiculously powerful. Right, so he's going to draw a card. He has to. And it's a 5. Great. So he adds 5, which means he now beats me by 1. So I'm definitely going to have to add some cards. Actually, I add cards first, don't I? Never mind. I would definitely play cards here. I would commit my 5 from the Prussian general, I think. Do I want to commit anything from Russia? Oh, wow, he's powerful. 5 will take me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He would need another 5 or 4 to beat me. So I just need to add another 2. So I'm not going to waste any of these Russian ones. I'll just add another one from my Prussian general. Or another card, sorry, which takes me up to 14. Which means with this one card, even if it's a 5, he cannot beat me, which means he loses. So that card is spent. As are these 2. I spent 2 morale points from Prussia. Maybe I should have spent 1 from Russia because that would have split the morale more evenly, but never mind. Oh, every time one of my armies moves, Napoleon's morale goes up by 1, so he's actually on a higher point. I spent 2 coins. Ah. No, I didn't. That's a complete lie. Sorry, getting my rules mixed up. Spiffing says, I've heard of Diplomacy and Risk. I may have played one of the 2 a while ago. I can't remember. Yeah, I haven't played Risk since I was a child, and the board game copy of Risk that we had when I was a kid, we lost the rules for before I was 10 years old. So for years and years and years, I played a version of Risk with my brother that was just not Risk. We kind of guessed the rules based on what the components were. And then I haven't played Risk since I was a child, and I haven't played proper Risk since I was a really small child. And Diplomacy I haven't played for a few years, but it's great. And there's an online version of it you should play. I like this though. This is like a more active version of Diplomacy. Diplomacy is quite restrictive, and that's deliberate to make people form alliances and betray each other. But I quite like how flexible this is with the different army sizes and things. Spiffing says, custom rules are the best rules. Yes, they are. And a lot of games, sadly, a lot of board games do require house rules in order to be played properly. Or, I mean, some games are absolutely fine, but they're just a little too difficult. And if you want to have a more casual game, you just make up a couple of house rules to make them a bit simpler for people who are less into heavy board games. Oh, I forgot. Napoleon won that battle, didn't he, in Eastern Prussia, so that gave him 2 victory points. But he lost this battle here, and that means he retreats to Paris. He loses all his units, and I am there, and I think I will place... Oh no, I lost that unit for fighting, didn't I? So for taking part in the battle, I lose a unit. The Russians lose a unit, as do the Prussians here. I should have thought this out more, because I'm now suddenly really destitute when it comes to my armies. They have been exhausted. Yeah, this is not good. All right. Well, let's see what happens now. The Austrians have their turn, and they can either move or get battle cards. I think the battle cards I've got are all right. 4-3-2. Not the worst, not the best, but pretty good. So if I move, problem is every time I move an army, Napoleon gets a morale point here, which he can spend in battle to beat me. So how much do I want to move? He's tempting to invade France, but I think I need more strength. I need to build up more strength here. I need to get the British into Europe, I think, before I can invade. I mean, Spain, gosh, Napoleon's all over Spain. So let's think about this. Let's think about this. Do I want to move the Austrians? Not really. I kind of want to move whilst I can, but also don't. I might move this guy to Württemberg on the border, which does increase Napoleon's morale, annoyingly, but it's okay. It's okay. That's such an irritating rule. Every time I do anything, Napoleon's morale goes up. Like he's tenacious. He's spurred on by us trying to threaten him. It's so annoying. Okay. Next turn, we spin this disc to see what the next actions available to us will be. Oh, I think Napoleon. Napoleon is up to something. Actually, was Napoleon up to something last time? I may have forgotten to take Napoleon's turn. Yes. Yes. I did forget to take Napoleon's turn, didn't I? So Napoleon is controlled by the board with these cards. So Napoleon, the German campaign, he invades Bavaria, Württemberg, and Palatinate. I've never heard of that. That's a strange name for a place. Spiffing says, been playing around with an AI image generator today called Midjourney. I've heard of that, and it's pretty scary as to how great the image it makes just by using your description. Managed to put together a very good Orson Welles. Oh man, yeah, can you share it? I don't know if you can actually on Twitch. If you can share it somehow on Twitter. You're on Twitter, right, Spiffing? Post it on Twitter and tag me and Martin and Alex. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I've seen quite a lot of those being shared recently, those Mid-Journey AI things. And, oh, thanks, Spiffing. I'll tweet us all. Great. And yeah, it's scary. Some of them are hilarious, obviously, but it's worrying how they can gather that it's so well trained it can gather all that information about what things should look like when you just give them the keywords, which suggests that they have unfettered access to the entirety of the internet. And I have seen some when you're just, I mean, it's kind of cheating, I guess, but some of them I've seen people type in, like Luke Skywalker, and it basically does a very accurate recreation of a famous image from Star Wars, and it's spectacularly good. But also, that's kind of cheating. It's when you do things like Luke Skywalker with a beer that it gets weird, because it's kind of simultaneously very impressive, showing Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker holding a beer. But that's usually when things start to go wrong and it doesn't quite understand how the human anatomy works, and the arms go weird. Okay, so Napoleon is invading Bavaria. So, where is Bavaria? Is that Bavaria? Yeah, that's Bavaria. There's a garrison there. Oops. So, I think the one in Paris invades first, but he gets three. He gets a massive army. Bloody French! That's a huge army. So there's going to be a battle now. The good news is every single time we play one of these Napoleon cards, I get a morale point for the country that's on the lowest on the morale track, which is something, I suppose. So Napoleon's in Bavaria. He's also in Württemberg, which I have an army in, which is about to get hammered. So it's the nearest army, which has to be this one. Oop. Boom. And then he also invades Palatinate, which this army here. Oh, thanks, Biffing. Says, I've tagged you in the tweet. There are quite a few, and some are better than others. Okay, if you say so. Palatinate, which I think is this one here. Let me just double check. Yep. So I just moved up all my Austrian forces, only to be smacked in the face by a counter attack by Napoleon. Good news is Napoleon is less in Spain now. Yay! I mean, he still controls it, but it might be easier to take back now, just a garrison to fight. Oh, this has gone very badly, hasn't it? So we do Bavaria first. Strength 4 against Strength 1, and I can't support it. I can support it with this garrison here, but then that garrison will die if it supports. Because but just by entering a battle, you automatically lose a unit. So I think that's unwise. So I'm going to leave Bavaria to just die, basically. Yep. Oh, I moved out of Tyrol as well. I could have defended there. But again, France is now empty for me to attack Paris and seize it. So, I'm going to resolve this turn, and I think I'm going to have a look at Spiffing's AI images after I've resolved these battles. I mean, this is a foregone conclusion. I don't know why I'm taking so long. This Austrian unit is destroyed. Napoleon loses a unit for, entering the battle at all. Spiffing says, attack France and take all the champagne for Orson. Yes. This is French champagne. No cards were played, so that's fine. He's been in a fight, so he can't support. Oh, all these are lonely fights. They can't support each other, at least. That's something. It's 4 versus 1. Or let's go. Oh, no, I have to do it in order on the card, don't I? So Württemberg, so it is 4 versus 1. But it's a general, so I can play a card. I can play an Austrian card, which is something. I have 4 coins with Austria and 3 cards to play, one of which is a 4. So this could work out. I don't know. Ooh, and I forgot that last battle that Napoleon fought in. He should have got his should have got a card back. Which means, did I forget to replenish? I did. I forgot to replenish the cards for pressure as well. Okay, so I'm going to spend a morale point from Austria to play a card. I'm going to add 4 to my score, which takes me to 5, which means I force Napoleon to play a card. He played a sodden 5. Of course he played a 5. Needs to cost him a morale point. Something at least. Oh, that reminds me, I can move up morale points, so I will. Nuts. Okay. Well, that just hammered that. So that general runs all the way back to Vienna. And he loses a unit. Big deal. And he's got it. I think they place a garrison as well if they can. It's automatic, which makes a lot of sense. Because he's trying to control territory. Oh, Napoleon's just conquering Europe, man. He's just conquering Europe. Man, oh man. But now we have this fight, which is 4 versus 3. So it's a much tighter fight. Unfortunately, I blew my 4 card on that. But I get a new card, which might be better. No, it's a 3. And Napoleon gets a card, which may also be better. So this is the strength track. Napoleon won't play a card. I will play a card. It has to be a 3, right? So that puts me on 7? No, 6. Yeah. Napoleon plays a 4 and he wins. Of course he does, because he's always really strong. A-hole. Absolute a-hole. Oops. Sorry, it's tricky. If you have to be very careful, deliberate, I think, in the order in which you do things on Tabletopia, because it gets all mucked up with the physics. I mean, the physics are fine, but the physics are too accurate, and things will land on each other and get dislodged and all over the place. So, this general loses, goes back to Vienna, loses all the units. He loses a unit in the battle, and 1 unit becomes a garrison. I'm gonna have to do so much because if he gets, oh no, oh sorry, he just won 3 battles in a row, didn't he? So that's 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. He's on 12 and he needs to get to 40 to win. So I mean, he's just over a quarter of the way there, but I feel like he's very, very close to nailing this. As in, he just seems to be inevitably making his way to 40 victory points, and I just feel like I've done nothing. I've done nothing. Constantly on the defensive here. Right, but I may get a reprieve, because Napoleon may not act for the next few turns. We'll find out. Spiffing says Napoleon is on the warpath, and Spiffing is correct. Napoleon is on the warpath. So I just rotated it before. So yeah, Napoleon will go again. So let's do Britain. Britain can either recruit more men or send a general onto the board. I think it's time to recruit some men. I have mucho money. 13. I have 13 coins. 1 coin buys me 1 unit I have 19 in this pile here. I'm going to max out, man. I'm going to go for it. Each general can have 3 units, so I'm going to give 2 to this fella here. If I can stack them. There we go. Oh, never mind. And 3 to that fella there. So that's 5. And then I have a general here who needs some. So I'm going to give 3 to him. So that's 8. So I've just spent 8 coins. That's what the money's there for, man. It's there to be spent. Oops. I accidentally highlighted those. I just moved 6, didn't I? No, 7 coins. So that was the 8th. Okay. The Ottomans can also recruit. They have no money to recruit, so instead they will get some money. They control Greece. They have Dalmatia, which is disputed. And that's it, I think. Yeah. So they get 4 coins. Not bad. Not bad. The Russians can either move or get money. They have no money. If they get money, they'll only get, I think, 2 from here. And I think they need to start forcing Napoleon out by attacking him here. So I think we... No, I think... I don't know. I don't know. The stronger army from Moscow needs to go in. Although this fella's going to support him automatically, which is a problem. I can move up to 3 spaces. I could move him 1, 2... Oh no, that doesn't border. I can move him 1, 2 through Allied territory. Yeah, maybe I'll keep him there to support him, because I think I can definitely... If the guy in Minsk supports the guy in Livonia, those generals can definitely take care of this fella. I just need to stop him supporting him. So if I move the general from Podolia, or whatever that is, to Eastern Prussia. Can I do that? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can. You. Then that stops him supporting him. Whew. So, battles. Is it worth... Oh, no, I can remove the Prussians too. Oh, maybe I didn't need to send the Podolia general at all. Maybe I just send a Prussian instead. But the Podolia general has a better chance of beating him because they're equal strength right now. But I can send a Prussian in there too. And I can support it with these Prussians too. Just hammer them. Do I want to move him anywhere? 1, 2... The problem is there's lots of generals here, and I think I need some... What I might do is move him to Hanover. Oh no, to Denmark, because the French contest Denmark, so that stops the French. I don't know. I feel like that's a good thing to do. I don't know. It probably isn't actually. I could go to Hanover. I already have Hanover. Yeah, so let's go to Denmark. Okay. And then the Austrians can either get another battle card or tax. I think the Austrians might want to tax. Yeah. I feel like I may have forgotten to give them a battle card back. Supposed to replenish a battle card, and I think I may have forgotten to do that. I think they will tax. I'll leave it. and get some money whilst they still can. So they can get 1 from Bohemia, 1 from Venice, 3 from Vienna, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from Hungary, and nothing from Piedmont. Okay, fair enough. Still, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And does that add up? Yeah. Austria's rich, man. Nothing like having an empire. Okay. And now it's back to France. So we'll do the battles now. And then it'll be France's turn. Which order do you want to do these things in? It might be fun. Let's try to get him out of Livonia. So the French currently are strength 2 in Livonia. The Russians are strength 3 and will be supported by the Russians in Minsk. So that's strength 5. Okay. Oh, every time I move, I forgot. And I moved twice. Napoleon's morale goes up, doesn't it? No, I moved 1, 2, 3 times. So actually, he's on morale 8. Great. Do I want to throw this Prussian in there as well? Because if I throw Warsaw against Eastern Prussia, then I have strength 4 against his strength 2 to begin with. I'll support, yeah. I'll just have Minsk and Livonia attack the French in Livonia. Good start. Then I can commit a card. I think I should commit a card. Do I want to risk it and commit a 3 or commit a 5 and guarantee the win? Well, no, because the best he can do is draw... Oh, he can draw both cards. That's true. And if one of them's a 5... Sorry, let's just talk through this. So I have a 3 and a 5 card. If I add the 3, then I have strength 8. If he adds a 5 with his card, which I don't know because it's random and I haven't seen them, then he'll go up to strength 7. He'll be just behind me. And then he'll add another card. Yeah, and almost definitely beat me. Mike Perchik says, Yo, Robin, good to catch you live. First time chatter. Hello. Glad you caught me live. Thanks for watching. I'm very, very grateful. This is a strategy game similar to Risk and the board game Diplomacy, if you've heard of or played that before. It's me fighting Napoleon. I am everybody, the Grand Alliance, Austria, the Ottomans, Russia, Prussia, Britain, all against France. And right now, France is kicking my ass. At least it feels that way. Which is historically accurate, so, you know, props to the game for doing that. Anyway, I think I will commit 5. I'll put a battle card, strength 5, which puts me on to 10, which means that maybe... Oh, we only added the 3. And he can't win, even if that card is a 5. Yes. That was the safe bet, Robin. You did the right thing. So I spent a morale point to add that card, and so did he. I have defeated him. He goes back to Paris and loses his army in Russia. Sadly, I also lose a unit. But I can at least say I've got rid of the French. Nice, nicely done. The cost was high. The cost was probably too high, actually. I lost 2 units and a battle card and a morale point to defeat a strength 2 army. Not great. Okay, and then this battle happens. Mike Perchik says, who hasn't gotten rid of the French? The French, I think. They keep trying. Every election, they're trying to get rid of them, but they just can't. It's a fundamental problem with France. Right, okay, so it's strength 2 versus strength 4. So, do I want to commit a card? I mean, I do. I think I've got to. And I can afford to, yeah. Takes me down to 1, but if I add 5. Although I can, I could not, I don't have to do it as Russia. I could do it as Prussia, couldn't I? Because that's the Allies. What we got? A 3, a 3, and a 2. I could add 1 card as Russia. Sorry, as Prussia, and 1 card as Russia. I think adding the 5 makes sense. No, wait. If he's got 1 card, the French have 1 card. If it's a 5, he can get up to 7. So I just need a 3 to beat him. If I had a 4 card, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? It'd be nice and neat. So I'll commit the 3 from Russia. Spend a point to... Spend a point to add 3 points. And let's hope that this card is not a 5. It's a 4! 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's a point behind me. He spent a card to do that. Oop. Mike Perchik says, bro, your voice is so iconic. Your vids educated me all of high school. Lol. Oh, thank you. That's really kind. I'm always grateful that people are willing to spend time listening to me talk about stuff. And yeah, I'm glad it was educational. I hope... I mean, it was educational in a very niche way. Not sure it was very useful in your exams. How did you do in your exams, by the way? You don't have to tell me. But if you want to, please share. Was I helpful? And what are you doing now? Yeah, what's now you're out of school. What's the life? Anyway, back to this battle. I've defeated him. I've defeated the French again. They couldn't hold it. They tried, but they could not hold. Nice. I've lost this army just for being in a battle, but it's good. I get 2 cards back for the 2 that I spent, and so does France. And I guess we reshuffle. How do I flip? And shuffle. And there's the deck. Right. Nice. I mean, expensive. I feel deeply depleted and distracted, like from my goal of conquering France. But Mike Perchik says, dude, all-time hell. So you watched all-time 10s as well? All-time gaming? Which other ones did you watch? And then also says, the life is streaming as well. Oh, cool. What do you stream? Tell me. Speaking of which, I'm going to take a brief break to have a look at Twitter because I've been tagged, I believe, by... Haven't I? Spiffing. Didn't you tag me? You said you tagged me. There we go. Spiffing made some AI. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh. Orson Welles. He does not look like Orson Welles. He looks more like that character actor from the 90s. Can't remember his name. I mean, like, it's kind of beautiful, but freaky. More like Vangelis in a way. I love this shiny gold coat in that one. That's amazing. What is going on there with pursed lips? I like that one. It's kind of half smiling. Very nice. I have no idea what's going on with his mouth in that one. Rosebud. Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool. That is also very cool. I want that on my wall. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. This one, Spiffing, how did that come about? You typed in Orson Welles and a suit, a headless, handless suit appeared. Madness. Okay, we're back to the game. Spiffing says, I haven't got a clue. Haha. Oh, Peaswad, yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo to yourself. Thanks for joining. How's it going? How's your streaming going? You're much better at streaming than me, man. You're always online. Mike Perchik says, just variety streaming and... Whoop. Sorry, lost messages. Just variety streaming and running a community to support streamers. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's really cool. How does that work out? How's it going? Hopefully well. All right, back to the game. I'm fighting Napoleon. I've just got rid of him from Prussia and Russia. At great cost, but I have done it. Now, I need to consolidate. Actually, no, I need to do Napoleon's turn. He's going to counterattack. Ah, miserable. I hate this. Every time he does something, I hate it. Right, the German campaign, 1806. He's back into Germany. Westphalia, the Low Countries, and Nassau. Nassau? Is that right? Nassau? Peaswad says, haha, mate, you've got the voice of an angel. Aw, that's very kind. Mike Perchik says, truly the most iconic voice in the internet. Oh, okay, I'm going to stop reading comments. If you're going to keep talking about my voice, I'm not allowed to keep reading comments describing how amazing my voice is. That's just a bit narcissistic. I can say that word. Peaswad says, yes, queen. Nice. Okay, so Napoleon's going to invade. And I've got no troops there. So he's just going to grab it. He's just taken the whole thing. Right. So these two fellas, Westphalia, but invades with a full army. The fullest army that a general can have, which is 3 units. 3 divisions of something. I mean, it's crazy when you look at history and the scale of the armies, thousands and thousands of men. And, of course, they needed them because a lot of them would just die from the marching, the disease of going to new countries and getting trapped, injured, and disease from the injuries, and then, of course, starvation if they were improperly supplied. Peaswad says, so, Robin, when do you want to join us on WT Conspiracy? Oh, well, thank you for inviting me. Oh. Give me a private message on Twitter. What's your schedule? And we'll work something out. Not like forever, just an episode. I assumed, arrogantly, it was just an episode. I didn't think you'd bring me on for the whole thing. Yeah, like I said, give me a message on Twitter and private one, and then we can arrange it. We can even have Martin and Alex on as well, if you like. Maybe that's too many guests at once. When we have a guest on and there's 4 of us, it's always a bit chaotic. So maybe you do want to keep it down. So let's have a look. He's invading Nassau as well, and the Low Countries first with 3. We can do this. It is kind of fiddly. It would be a lot quicker. Games like this are a lot quicker in person because of the way that Tabletopia has worked out its physics engine. Oops. I wish it would just, kind of have more of a default snap to, function. But then you could program it into each game, right? It'd be very easy to do. I just think the designers, when they build these games digitally, they need to program it in. But presumably the toolkit isn't there for the games designers when they're building the digital version in Tabletopia. The engine that Tabletopia uses presumably doesn't have the tools for them to do that. Like every general, for instance, when they invade off when they invade a country, they get 3 units, so I need to pick up 3 discs. But when I do that, they're 3 separate discs, and you have to watch me recompiling them each time. It's kind of annoying. So Nassau was the other one, and this has to come from the nearest country, which would happen to be this one. So that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's the kind of, I like this. That's the second time in this game where I've felt like I'm kind of recreating a plausible, real military strategy. And I like that. They've designed the rules well, if that is the case. Come on, there we go. Ooh, almost fell off. I mean, he's got a pretty strong stranglehold there. Oh yeah, I forgot. If he can, which he can, he automatically places a garrison. So annoying. He's just got Westphalia and everywhere. So I'm just going to take one, flip it. Take one, flip it. Oh, no. What's going on here? What's going on here? Take those two, put them there. Put him there. Put him there. Put them, like, on top of it. Oh, look at him. Look at these garrisons. He's controlling so much of Central Europe. Right. No battles, at least. Okay, next turn. We turn the wheel of fate to find out what actions we are doing this turn. So, Britain is mobilizing. Oh, that's what I did last time. Ha! I can't mobilize anymore. Oh, idiot. Didn't plan ahead. Didn't plan ahead. So I just wasted. I just did last turn what I was limited to doing this turn. Moose face. That's what I am. Stupid moose face. Could have got money last turn instead. Oh well. Speeds things up, I suppose. Strategy game fail number 1. Spiffing says about his AI, Orson Welles says, tried to recreate the one you said you wanted as a painting, and it's completely messed up the champagne, but Orson has a dashing suit. Okay. Peaswad says, all right, man, I've got to get my kids and me to lay down for nap time. I'll be around lurking. Fair enough. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to lurk for as long as I'm online for. And yeah, good luck getting the kids down and enjoy your nap. Well deserved, I'm sure. Well deserved. Okay, so the Ottoman Empire is getting money. They only have Greece, so they get 2 coins for Greece. The Ottoman Empire, the Russians move. Okay. Unfortunately, when the Russians move, Napoleon's morale goes up. What am I doing, folks? Where am I moving the Russians to? We need to get to Paris. We need to get to France. We need to drive Napoleon back. So everyone needs to move this way. They can move through 3 countries. Or they can use the ports. So you can move 1, 2, and then move here, fight a battle, completely unsupported and surrounded. Sounds like a terrible idea. Let's not do that. But maybe he can move 1, 2, and join this fella in Denmark. So Napoleon goes up 1. Don't want to move any more Russians. He could move more centrally. Yeah. He can get to Bohemia, actually. Oop. Don't want to leave his army behind. Because he can move 1, 2, 3. Again, that moves Napoleon up again. And this fella could move out of Eastern Prussia and towards Hanover, maybe? I guess. 2, 3. Wait, think, Robin. What's your strategy for moving to Hanover? Maybe fighting Napoleon in Westphalia. That could be my strategy. That's my plan. Yeah. He could attack Westphalia next time. And he's there to support. I think that's my strategy. That gives Napoleon another point. Do I want to move him? I feel like the problem is with these random cards, Napoleon can just invade Russia any time, so I've probably committed too many Russian forces to Central Europe. So I'll keep the feather in Minsk there. And then all Prussia can do is swap a battle card, which he's got a 2, which is the lowest one, I think. So might as well. Whoa, follower goal met. We've got 320 followers. Nice. Baz Carla has joined us. Hello, Baz. Says, yo, Robin, just finished the last podcast. Congrats on the win. You made the next episode much more interesting. Yeah, because now it's Martin and Alex head to head. It's funny. I was losing all those quizzes for a long time and then have 2 in a row where I won. And it's only because there was some kind of dramatic pressure on where if I lost, it would be a boring finale. Whereas now I've got to force Martin and Alex to earn their bread. Okay. The Austrians can raise money through taxes. So that's what they're going to do. That's what they did last time. So I think it's 6 again because they control Bohemia, Vienna, Hungary, and Venice. So yeah, 6. And Piedmont gives them nothing. 6, sorry. 6 coins. Money, money, money. They are pretty rich. They've got loads of money to splash. They can recruit. When it's recruitment time, I'm going nuts with them. It's going to be a while for recruitment. And now I think, sadly, the French do something. So, no battles from me, but Napoleon draws a card. I hate these cards. I really do. The Spanish campaign, 1808. He's back to invading Spain. Madrid, Lisbon, and Navarra. I think he's already in Madrid. Yeah. Lisbon and Navarra. Oh, he's going to attack my lonely garrison in Lisbon. Okay, so it's the nearest country. I'm in Madrid there, so I think he has to stay, but I have to replenish him, I believe, to a full 3 strength. He also gets replenished to strength 3, or 4 when you include the general, and invades Lisbon. I think he's going to win that one. In fact, I can resolve that now. Just get rid of it. He wins. Oh, actually, can I provide support from the sea? Because I might be able to contest that one. Ooh, let's have a look at the rules. Supporting. They can. The British, and only the British, can lend support by sea. This battle isn't over. Ha ha ha. Although he's got support from this fellow, which is scary. I could lend support from these 2 in Naples and Plymouth. Ooh, the British are coming. The British are coming. Okay. Think about this. I have to do Navarra too. So the nearest general to Navarra comes from elsewhere in Europe. What's the nearest one? Navarra. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are equal distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are also equal distance. I get to choose which one of these nasty generals comes to Navarra. Honestly, I don't know. I think I'd like to attack him, so removing one of these so they can't support him makes a lot of sense. Which one it is, honestly, I don't think it matters, but let's move. Oh. Let's move him to Navarra. And I think that's for strategic reasons, so that the British can invade next time they get a chance. And he also gets 3. Oh, come on. I have to hover it over until... That'll do. Physics, whatever. So, battle time. Napoleon and Wellington are finally clashing by the sea. Right, so that's strength 1. Oh, gosh, that went wrong. Wait, so Napoleon is on strength 4, and he's automatically supported by this army here, so he's on strength 8 to begin with. It's not good, is it? But I have this strength 4 army in Plymouth and a strength 4 army in Naples, which puts me on strength 8 as well. But I also have this garrison here in Lisbon, which puts me on strength 9. Haha. So Napoleon will play a card, and I get to play a card as well. I'm definitely going to play this strength 5 card. If I can defeat him, that would be amazing. Right, I'm going to play this strength 5 card. Spend a morale point, if I can reach it. I can also play another card if I want, right? He can play 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could play another strength card, like the strength 3. So the best case scenario is he plays 2 strength 5, for him I mean. Worst case scenario for me is he plays 2 strength 5 cards here. One will take him to 13, and the second will take him to 18. So if I play the strength 4... no, I'm going to take a risk that he doesn't have 2 strength 5 cards, but I will play a second card, take me to strength 17. Although, to be honest, my morale's getting so low, I think I really need to boost my morale if I can. Yeah, I'm taking a risk that strength 3. He will commit a card, which is strength 2. I just remembered when Napoleon moves, I get increased morale. I've won. Nice, because he can't beat me even if he commits that other card. Shame I didn't reveal a higher strength card. I would have liked to have used up both his cards, but, you know, whatever. Make him spend morale points to commit battle cards. But whatever. Whatever. So, he's defeated. You tried to invade Lisbon, but you can't beat the British Navy, mate. Yeah. You're out. Send you away back to Paris. Boom. However, I do think this garrison is destroyed for having taken part in the battle. Let me just check that. What happens after a battle? Surely just by winning the battle, I stay there, right? Right. Yeah, victorious garrisons or generals stay. Contesting generals lose a unit. So I have, again, high cost to me, really. But I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it. Absolutely. Whew. It's a shame that this battle didn't happen last turn, because my action this turn was to recruit, so I could have made up for those losses again. Never mind. Spiffing says, "Give us your finest champagne and be gone with you." Referring to the French, I assume. Right. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, I feel better now. Oh, the British are in the war. Things are going to change, chaps. I think. I hope. I don't know. I still need to invade France and get Paris. What happens when I invade France? Something happens as soon as I enter French territory, I think something happens. Like all the French armies arrive in France or something. Yeah. Yeah, he gets three generals with full armies suddenly appear in France as soon as any army arrives in France. So I need to have a bunch of armies on the French border or within reach of France in order to invade simultaneously to deal with all the armies that are going to be in France. Okay. Okay. That was it, right? That was the French turn, so now it's my turn. Yay. So what actions are we doing? So the British are going to get some money. Yay. Okay, well, they get one from there, one from Lisbon, and that's it. Yeah, so they get 2 coins. Great. Really could have used a recruitment option there. Annoying. The Ottoman Empire are going to move. Ooh. Okay. What are they going to do? Again, it's about building up forces to invade France. That's what this is about. I've got this Austrian unit here, and the Ottomans are over here. They can use the sea lanes to help. Yeah, actually. This big army here could go here. 1. They can move up to 3, by the way. So they can move here. 2 with the ships. 3, and they're in Lisbon. Try invading that again. And that puts Napoleon's morale up by 1. The Russians are going to exchange battle cards. Let's have a look what they got. They're all pretty good, actually, but let's have a look what we got. Oh, the 3 for a 3. That doesn't make a difference. Bit of a waste. The Prussians are going to tax and get some money. They could use a bit of money. They're actually more in need of soldiers and recruitment. But anyway, at the moment, they control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they get 6 coins again. Quite a lot of taxation going on there. I should have zoomed out before I did that. There we go. The Austrians can either get some morale, invade with a general, or get a battle card. They've got 7 morale. They're actually pretty high. And they have a general off the board. And when he invades, he gets... No, he doesn't. He can just come onto the board. I think it's worth bringing a general on board because I think we're going to need him. So we can come into their home country. He can go into Tyrol. We might be able to... Yeah. I think that's all right. I think. Because then he's close to France there. Yeah. Okay. Napoleon doesn't do anything this turn, actually, miraculously. He doesn't do anything, so we just go on to the next turn. Phew. So now Britain can either move or get money. I think we don't need money right now. Well, some money, but let's get moving. Let's do some invading, shall we? Um, let's. So there's a port in the Low Countries. I can take care of. Problem if I attack this, then he'll get supported by these. So I could arrive in Hanover and not attack anybody. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's a good idea. That way I won't. I think I need to consolidate my forces, you know. So Napoleon's morale goes up. Do I want to move any more? I think I do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so close to. I'm not going into France. I'm sticking in Piedmont with the Austrians here. We're gonna try to coordinate. I think Britain invading before being max strength is a bad idea. The Plymouth army, I think, will. Ooh, no, it's not what I want to do. Come to Lisbon. I think I want to avoid fighting, I think, for now. I want to regroup a bit. Yep, so Britain's moved. Oh yeah, every time an army moved, his thing goes up. The Ottomans can either move or get a new battle card. What battle cards do they have? Let's have a look. A 2 and a 5. Tempting to get rid of that too. And draw another one. A 2. Great. What a great move. I mean, it would be nice to move some of these, but they're kind of too far away to really be useful. And Napoleon hasn't invaded the Ottoman Empire yet, so they're next, right? They're going to get attacked next. The Russians can either get another battle card, which could be useful, or taxation. They have no money, so let's get some money. They can get 1 from Minsk, 1 from St. Petersburg, 1 from Podolia, and 1 from the Crimea. Oh, and there's Ukraine. That's really sad. Why is Ukraine there? Ukraine in the real world is west of Crimea, isn't it? Huh. Either this map is inaccurate, the territory outline of Ukraine has massively moved since the beginning of the 19th century, or I was wrong. And I've been misinterpreting all those maps on the BBC. Okay, well, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the money we want. You're going to need that money to recruit a bunch of people. Yeah. See what I mean about the physics? It just dropped straight down onto that pile. It's all a bit daft. Okay. Oh yeah, Prussia can either tax, get some morale, or get a battle card. Prussia's quite wealthy right now, so definitely get a morale point, because he's going to need it, I think. I think he's going to need it. Austria can also get a morale point or recruit some troops. Ooh. Tempting to recruit some troops whilst we can. This fella's only got 1, so he could do with 2. Okay. There we go. Make a stack. If it goes orange, eventually it might. If I get it. That's so annoying. There we go. So that's 2. I have to pay for that, so... Do I have enough money to just give them all? I think I do. I I think I do. Yeah, so I'm just going to give them all 3. Give every single Austrian general a full army. So that's another 3. So this is going to cost me 6 coins, because soldiers need to be paid. Sorry for the admin of me just trying to make everything neat, but it helps. What is it? Wow, the hitbox for this one here must be quite big, because it thinks that's a corner. Oh, okay. So that's 6, and then another 3, which will be a total of 9. A general can only have 3 units, 3 divisions, 3 battalions, whatever, regiments. I mean, regiments are smaller than divisions, aren't they? I think. Oh, suddenly this is looking better. The Austrians have regrouped. So yeah, 9 coins. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go back to this pile if I can. There we go. Okay. So, now it's turn again. Oh, nothing happened. Right. I think Napoleon... Wait a minute, is that right? Yeah, it is. Oh, Napoleon's going to be doing stuff this turn. This is bad. But the British can either move or get a battle card. Is it time to try to invade France? Let's see. Only the British can move this turn. But by invading France, I will distract everyone. So, but not full strength. He's at strength. But if he moves through these, he has to fight. And then he gets weaker. He's the only one who can invade France, and he's not at full strength, and he'll get easily defeated. So I guess I'll look into... Oh, I didn't replenish my battle card. You're supposed to get new battle cards every time. Every general gets a new battle card when a fresh battle card, I should say. So I've got 4, a 3, and a 4. Those are pretty good battle cards. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do some kind of stupid, risky maneuver. Going into the Rhone-Rodan, which immediately puts a general in Paris with 3 units, I think. Let me just double check the rules. What happens there? Draws a card from the deck, but doesn't flip it. Okay. General in Paris with 3 discs. Yep. And I think a general in the terrain with the enemy. Yeah. And then adjacent to the territory where it occurs. So it has to follow the rules of normal stuff, which is the nearest one, which I think is him. So he comes down here, gets... Does he get a full complement of 3 discs? Yeah, he does. Of course he does, because he's a bitch. Pardon my French. So yeah, he's going to be this British army is going to be completely slammed And then the next nearest one, I think, is this. He's 1, 2 away. He's 1, 2 away as well. Good question. I get to choose, I suppose. He's already got 3. He's got 2. I think I'm going to do this fella. I think invading via the north might be more useful. Got stronger armies up there, I think. Never mind. Okay, so this is going badly. Look at this. It's me, strength 3 versus strength 4, 8, and 12. Starting strength 12, starting strength 3. If I'm supported by this Austrian fella, I will add another 4, which will take me up to 7. Do I have a 5 card I can play? I don't have a 5 card I can play. The Austrian doesn't either. The best I can add is 7. So the best I can do is get up to 14. He just has to add 1 card to beat me. Is it worth even bothering? I'm just throwing away this British army. I won't support it. That's just because I'm going to lose a unit just by being in the battle, so I'm not going to support it with this Austrian army. I'll just let him die on his own, and I'm really sorry. I'm not going to bother committing a card. There's just no point. He is defeated. He goes back to London. And I lose all my tokens. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. The garrison in Lisbon stays there. They win a battle, which gives them that. I think they face a garrison if they can. What that did do was allow him to move into here to have slightly lower opponents. So he's going to be strength 3 versus strength 4, total strength 4 versus strength 4, so we're evenly matched up here. And I can spend a card, which I will. Add 4 to my total. Let's find out what he's going to add. 2. Ooh, okay. He can't commit any more cards. So I've won. I've won this fight. This garrison is destroyed. Yes. He loses a unit. And I also lose a unit. Oop, no. I just want to take one of the things. And I just remembered this actually, they all lose a unit too for being in the fight. Okay. He lost the unit as well. Okay. Oh, I spent a morale point to do that. So I lost an army, but I managed to get very close to Paris now. Well, the problem is, I think if I enter Paris, I won't be able to enter Paris for a while because I won't get round to the moving option for another 6 turns or whatever it is with him. So I need to somehow, get other people around. And then I think the same thing happens again every time. I think every time a unit enters France, that process happens where he moves a general with 3 into Paris, and a general with 3 into the same territory that the army entered, and the general with 3 next in an adjacent territory. What I don't know is if that happens, like if more than one general enters the territory. So like, if for example I moved 3 armies into France at the same time, would 3 generals with 3 discs go into Paris? That seems excessive. So I might not play it that way, if and when it comes down to that. I think it's going to take a lot for me to take Paris. Genuinely don't know how I'm gonna beat Paris. Yeah, well, that was that. Then we've got the Ottomans, who can get some more money. They might need some more money, to be honest. Or they can get a new battle card. Let's get a new battle card. Oh, it's the same battle card. Oh, crap. Okay, so the Russians can either get more money, or they can get more morale, or a new battle card, or invade with the general. They don't have a general off the board. I think morale is going to be useful. So let's get that. The Prussians can also get morale or recruit. Recruit. I have a whole bunch of coins here. How many coins do I have? I think I've got 8. Got a pile of 7 and 1, yeah. So I've got 8 coins, which would allow me to put 8 units on the board, and I think I can do that. Question is which ones. Because I think this fella is in a position to join here to invade France. So I think we give 3 to him. Sorry. Hopefully most of this experience watching hasn't been, just me moving pieces around. I appreciate that a lot of it has, but hopefully not all of it. And then I'm going to give another 3 to this fella in Eastern Prussia, because a lot of fighting has happened in Eastern Prussia, and I feel like it might come round again. But also, I can move him out. Towards France. And then 2 for the one in Warsaw, because who really cares about Poland? I'm joking, of course. Everyone cares about Poland. Right. Now the Austrians can either get some money or recruit. How many have they got? I think they've fully maxed out on recruitment, so it's money time. But the only money they can get is from these territories. So they get 2 from that. 2 from that, I think? Because it's disputed. No, if it's disputed, I think they can't get it. So that's it, they just get 2. Not great, but, could be worse. Could be worse. Right, and then it's the French, and Napoleon's at it again. He's invading. Where's he invading now? Piedmont, Tyrol, and Venice. Great. Just where the Austrians are. So, Tyrol. At least he's surrounded there. He might not win this. Piedmont. And Venice. Where's the nearest one to Venice? It would be this guy. Coming from this territory here. If I can pick it up. There we go. But they all need to have 3 tokens. Great. Because they always invade with 3. So he needs to go up to... Just trying to hover it so it does this thing. It goes orange when the... Whoa, physics. There we go. That's what I was looking for. This needs another 2, and that needs another 1. So 1 for that one. And then 2. Take 2 for this one. There we go. So, I believe Venice isn't occupied, so he's just there. One of those becomes a garrison. Invading Austrian territory. Piedmont is a battle, although it's a battle against, not in his favor. Although he does have support from this fella. Or is he going to support this fella in Tyrol? Okay. So Vienna can do a lot of support to Tyrol. They can both get involved. I could completely smash this fella. Now, Napoleon used the card, so Britain gets some morale. That's good. Right. Ooh. Let's find out. Let's find out. So whichever battle I do first, the fella in Venice will support them. This fella in Piedmont will have my Austrian general will have a much better chance if the French general is not supported. So I think I'm going to do this battle first, so that the fella in Venice will support the fella in Tyrol, which means the French will have a starting value of 7, which is annoyingly high. But the Austrians will have a starting value of 8. Let's do it. Let's go all in. $12. Which means I will lose a unit from each of them, which is annoying, but... And the Austrians were able to recruit this turn, but not next turn. So annoying. The timing of these things is so annoying. They can draw a card if they like, but they need to draw a... Ooh, I think I've used that. I need to replace it. Oh, nice. They need to commit 2 cards minimum to win. So I just need to commit 1 card to guarantee I win. And Austria has this 2. I think I will. I'll commit 1 Austrian card. To take them up to 14. So now, in order to catch up to 14 from their current position of 7, they need to draw a 5 and a 3, or one of them has to be a 5. That's a 2. And a 4, which has up to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, which puts them 1 point behind me, which means they lost. Amazing. So he gets driven back to Paris. They all get destroyed. Wiped out. He loses a unit. Both those cards that they use get put into the discard pile. Although they do get replacements. Oh. I'll pretend I didn't see those. Flip and shuffle. Okay. And they all lose a unit, sadly, which is a bit of a high price to pay. I committed the 200 another one, didn't I? It's a shame, because they're not going to be able to recruit for a while, so I'm going to have weakened armies going in, but I smashed him. Although, so much has to go into defeating just one bloody Napoleon invasion. It's because he invades groups of countries, right, and they neighbor each other, so he's always got armies supporting one another. Brutal, man. It's brutal. Okay, so he spent both cards, so he's down there. And then this battle here, which is going to be 4 versus 5. Unfortunately, I know he's got pretty potent cards. And yeah, he can beat me. I can only commit 1 card. He can commit 1 card. If he commits, sadly, I know he's got a 5 and a 4. If he commits the 4, if I pick the 4 at random and I commit my 4, which I will, then I win. But if he gets the 5, then we'll tie. And I don't know what happens if we tie. I have a horrible feeling this game's going to say, Napoleon wins all ties, which is really irritating. But let's flip it. He picked the 5. Of course he did. So, yeah. So I added 4 to 9. He added 5. I think he just keeps drawing a card. Oh, right. Actually, in case of a tie, Napoleon retreats to an adjacent enemy territory closest to the French original territory. Well, he can't get any closer than that. So, if it's not possible, remove him from the board. Oh. Wow. Just wiped out that army. Because he can't retreat into France. That was a real surprise. Well done. That battle went well. That invasion was stopped in its tracks at cost, but wow, the Austrians really brought it out there. Wow, well done. Well done. Whew. This game is tense. So I've now been going for about 3 hours. What do you think? Should I keep playing for potentially another 3 hours, or should I save this game as it is, because I can do that because it's a digital version of the game, and return to it, part 2, next time, and see if I can defeat Napoleon? What do we think? Please tell me in the comments what you think I should do. Because I think it's going to take me a while to get into a position where I can invade Paris and successfully win. Because I need to invade France, hold off Napoleon's incredibly strong defense, and then move into Paris. Spiffing says it would leave it on quite the cliffhanger. Rob Potato says save the game. Okay, 2 votes in favor of saving the game and resuming next time. Astaroth, hey Astaroth, hey, welcome. I think you should do whatever you feel like. Thank you very much. Well, genuinely, I think since we've got 2 votes in favor of saving the game, and I do think by the looks of things, this could be another epic 2 to 3 hour session in order for me to be able to seize Paris. That sounds like another stream rather than keep going, because I could be here till midnight. And I want food at some point. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to save this game and see how it goes next time. Oh, thank you for joining me for this actually quite good game. I'm enjoying playing this. I hope you're enjoying watching this. This is much better than I thought it was going to be. I like strategy games. I love the historical setting, or the theme, I should say. It's actually provided on at least 2 occasions a real feel of historical authenticity. Twice actually now, where I've sacrificed an army in order to divert Napoleon's attention so that I can then defeat him in a more key area. And I love the sense of, like, Austria just then kind of, all the generals were in place, they had no units, they spent a whole turn waiting, biding their time, recruiting, building up their strength, and then suddenly Napoleon invades just after they've recruited all their soldiers, and because they've got these fresh recruits, the Austrians are able to band together and fend off and destroy 2 of the armies that went for him, which is crazy. And Napoleon, man, is brutal. The AI for Napoleon is really well designed. Simple, but really well designed. He just invades you at full strength and smashes the crap out of you. And it's, like I say, that's the first time I feel like I've managed to hold off an invasion when he invaded Austria. But even then, I feel like the cost was too high. But man, this is a very slow battle of attrition, in a way, of trying to survive when Napoleon attacks you, so that you can then slowly start to get closer to France and then build up your strength so that you can invade all at once. And I was up at the beginning of the game, I had an opportunity with the Austrians to just invade France, and I was like, yeah, I could take that. But I thought, no, I'll wait. And I'm glad I waited, because now that I've fought Napoleon a few times, and now that I've invaded France once with the British to see what would happen, I'm going to have to invade with several armies all at once in order to have even a chance at seizing Paris and winning the game. The good news is I seem to be holding Napoleon off. He was leaping ahead in the first few turns. He needs to get to 40 victory points. He leapt to 12, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's going to get beyond 40 before I've even got to Germany. But actually, I've managed to keep him in the teens for the last few turns, because I'm getting stronger, so I'm able to defeat him more often. I need to be careful though, because if every time he wins a battle, he gets 2 points, and that means he's really racing towards 40 if he starts winning military victories. So I need to keep this patient, building up my forces, so that when Napoleon attacks me, I can defeat him, stop him getting victory points, and then, or as the game calls them, influence, and then hopefully be able to position my armies around France to surround it and invade. Spiffing says, thanks, Robin. It's been fun. Thank you, Spiffing. And thank you for sharing those AI drawings of Orson Welles. They were hilarious and brilliant. I loved them, actually. They were surprisingly good. They're weird. Even though they're not good objectively in terms of like accuracy, they're actually quite interesting bits of art. I think if a person were to paint those, I would like them. Never mind the fact that they're AI. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all next time for more Napoleonic intensity.